Hello, dear students. I hope you are done with the last lecture, okay? Which was the first lecture of this chapter, reproduction, all right? Which is a very interesting chapter. You will see as we go step by step, it is so interesting. The process of reproduction is so unique, okay? That is what is keeping generations together alive. That is what is keeping life on earth going on. एक individual, after it is dying, it is leaving similar species, it is leaving similar offspring, okay, which is representative of that group of organisms. So it is such a unique process. It is such a biological one. We'll be seeing all the steps step by step as we follow. Today, we will be discussing the steps in sexual reproduction, the events or the steps which follow for a sexual reproduction, means an organism which is to be produced sexually. All right. Now, to understand the events of sexual reproduction, let us first understand what is sexual dimorphism. Sexual dimorphism means morphologically एक species के जैसे human beings हैं, we can morphologically identify one is male and other is female. All right, we have a male individual and we have a female individual. We have a male individual and a female individual. That is, we can morphologically identify. Okay? When someone is coming to teach you, you can identify कि ये man है या sir है, yes or no. Okay? So you can identify an individual, supposingly for example humans हैं, we know कि ये male है कि female है. So this is sexual dimorphism. And how do we know this? Because there are certain characteristics which we have discussed yesterday, which on growth are found in males and in females. There are certain particular reproductive features, there are particular reproductive secondary sexual characters which are seen, which are different in males and different in females. कल का lecture, check it back. Okay, so you can identify कि एक male है, एक female है. Now, sexual reproduction means involvement of both these individuals to produce one offspring. Means both of these individuals will be producing a third offspring. One male and one female. How do we know this? Now imagine you have one mother and one father. So one is the female, mother is the female, whereas the father is the male. Okay? And you can identify कौन आपका father है, कौन आपका mother है. That is sexual dimorphism. Alright? One father and mother. That means अगर we go back to these terms, one male and one female are together producing an offspring जिसका may be a male or maybe a female. They will produce an offspring which may be a male, which may be a female. Alright? That will depend on which chromosome is selected. We will speak on this. How do we determine कि male होगा या female होगा? Which chromosome is going to meet for? I hope you have done this in the inheritance of genetic patterns also. But further we'll also discuss this. Okay? So whether a boy is born or a girl is born, it's going to be determined by which chromosome is selected. But एक male और एक female ये दोनों लगेंगे, all right, to form an individual, to form a newborn, to form an offspring which will be either male or female, but a human being. But a human being, okay, very important. Now that means you and I are unisexual organisms. Means can be a male or can be a female. Alright? Boy में सारे boy के characters रहेंगे, girl में सारे girl के characters रहेंगे. We are unisexual organisms. We are unisexual organisms. Alright? So therefore, we cannot, therefore this fusion of the male and the female is required for sexual reproduction. Alright? Contrary to unisexual organisms, you have bisexual organisms. We do have bisexual organisms जिसमें मेल और फीमेल गोनाड्स दोनों रहते हैं. They have the male and the female gonads both. Alright? Such bisexual organisms include the tapeworm, the leech, the sponges and the earthworm, जो एक ही इंडिविजुअल होता है. Alright? So sexual reproduction ऐसे देखेंगे तो biparental है. It is biparental. You can remember this, you can understand it by your parents. You have two parents, one father, one mother, means दो unisexual individuals ने मिलकर एक offspring बनाया है. Sexual reproduction is biparental. But sexual reproduction is always biparental. This sentence will be wrong. It is not always biparental because we have unisexual, we have bisexual organisms also, जिसमें मेल और फीमेल गोनाड साथ में प्रेजेंट रहेंगे. एग्जाम्पल्स बीइंग ऑफ टेपवर्म, ऑफ अर्थवर्म, ऑफ लीच, ऑफ स्पॉन्जेस. सो दीज विल बी बाइसेक्सुअल ऑर्गेनिजम्स जिसमें एक ही इंडिविजुअल में मेल और फीमेल गोनाड्स दोनों रहेंगे. सो देयर इज नो रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ वन मोर इंडिविजुअल. ऑलराइट. So, sexual reproduction is biparental. This sentence is correct, but it is always biparental. This sentence will be wrong because you have bisexual individuals. Okay? You have bisexual individuals, which when single parent means uniparental भी हो सकता है. That will be also a correct statement for your MCQs. These examples again are your MCQs. Okay, exceptions to the rule. Like every rule has an exception and that exception proves the rule. So you have to remember this exception over here. Alright, so individuals can be unisexual, can be bisexual. Humans का देखो तो आपको unisexual ये term समझेगा, biparental ये term समझेगा. We have two parents. Alright, one will always be the male and one will always be the female. You will not have parents in which both are mothers, like both are females. No. One has to be of one sex and the other has to be of an opposite sex to meet and to produce a new offspring which can be a male, which can be a female. Alright? Now, एक individual जो ये बनाता है offspring, okay? एक individual जो offspring बनाता है या reproduce करता है, you know that one grown-up individual is always diploid. One grown-up individual is always diploid. All right? So you know your and my also. We are also diploid organisms. That means the chromosome number has to be 2n. You know all this now. You're done with the genetic basis of inheritance. All right? And the individual which is produced, the baby which is born, either male or female, also has to be a diploid one. The organism which is produced also has to be a diploid one. So diploid organism is producing a diploid organism. How do we get this 2n over here? One from this, okay? One from this parent plus one from the female parent. That is how it is going to join and make a diploid organism. Alright? So this one which this male is going to give or the father is going to give and one the mother is going to give, we call it the male gamete and the female gamete. Okay, male gamete and female gamete. Alternatively, we can also call it as the father gamete and the mother gamete. So one father gamete, one cell from the father gamete is coming and one is coming from the mother. These haploid gametes are going to meet and form a diploid structure. Okay, we will see this later. But now we are seeing gametogenesis, which is the first step now, which is the first event, gametogenesis. So this gametogenesis is the first event in the events of sexual reproduction. All right. Gametogenesis, break the word, means production of gametes or formation of gametes. Gametogenesis. So who is forming these gametes? The male individual as well as the female individual. All right. Where are they forming these gametes? I will come next to. Who is forming the gametes? The male and the female. All right. Where are they forming these gametes inside their body? In the gonads. Yesterday we had seen the growth phase, that is the juvenile phase, the reproductive phase, and the post-reproductive phase. It is in this reproductive phase when reproductive maturity has attained, when an organism has grown successfully, has attained reproductive maturity, the gonads have matured. So who is going to make? The gonads are going to be formed in the gonads. So the male gonad being the testes in humans and the female being the ovaries in the female. Alright, so in our body, who is going to form the gametes? It's the testes in the male and the ovaries in the female. So different individuals are going to have different reproductive structures. We will see these reproductive structures in detail when we see the male reproductive system and the female reproductive system. But by now you have to understand gametogenesis is the process of formation of gametes. Alright, who is going to form? One from the male, one from the female. It has to come from both of them. Okay, it is biparental. It can be uniparental, वो exceptions हमने देखे हैं, but majority of the times it is biparental. It is going to come from diploid organisms and you're going to get a diploid offspring when the baby is born. But ये diploid organisms एक haploid cell बनाएंगे जो actually fuse होके एक zygote बनाएगा, which will be the beginning. Okay? So these gametes will be formed by the male and the female. Male में बनेंगे testes में, female में बनेंगे ovaries में. Okay? And when reproductive maturity has been attained, that is at the time of puberty. By the time of puberty, the gonads have matured and they can now produce sperms. Testes, they produce sperms, and ovaries, they produce ova. Ovum or eggs. Testes, they produce sperms or anthrozoids, we call it. We call it anthrozoids, okay? So they can produce sperms or anthrozoids, whereas ovaries, they produce ovum or eggs. So now you know that gamete is going to be formed. This gamete is going to be haploid. ये haploid रहने वाला है. Single end. They are going to fuse and form a diploid organism. ये step को देखेंगे after gametogenesis, because we are on the first step now, that is gametogenesis, formation of gametes. All right. So two different individuals are going to form it. ये 2n से एक n यहाँ से एक mother से एक father से is going to form this. Each gamete is going to be haploid. Where it is going to be formed? In the human individual, males में testes में, females में ovaries में. When they are going to be formed? जैसे ही baby grow होगा, it cannot produce sperm. जैसे ही एक female baby born हुआ, it cannot produce ovum. There has to be a phase when reproductive maturity is attained. That is the reproductive phase, okay? That is the time of puberty, just the beginning of the reproductive phase. And these are hormonally regulated. The change between these three phases, hormonally and environmentally regulated, we have discussed this yesterday. All right? So sperms and ovums, you have to remember. The sperm will be haploid, MCQ. Ovum will also be haploid, MCQ. Sperm will be the male gamete. Ovum will be the female gamete. The process of formation of gametes is called gametogenesis. कब बनेंगे? Reproductive phase में. Sorry. At the time of puberty. Who is going to make? The male is also going to make. The female is also going to make. All right. And when? They are going to make it in the reproductive phase. Where? In the gonad. Okay. So this is what you have to remember about gametogenesis. Now, gametes which are formed. Okay. Gametes which are formed Can be of the same type. Gametes which are formed by one male and by one female can be so exactly similar looking to each other. Say this is एक organism का male gamete and वही उसी species का female gamete है. They will be so similar looking. This is just a shape I have drawn to show you the similarities. These gametes can be so similar in appearance, so similar that you cannot even differentiate whether it is a male or a female. You cannot differentiate whether it's a male gamete or it's a female gamete. The gametes which are produced by the male individual and by the female individual are so similar in appearance. They are also called homogametes or isogametes. Important MCQ, homogametes will be the gametes which are very much similar to each other. They are so much similar that you can't even differentiate कि ये एक मेल का है और ये एक फीमेल का है. देखने में एकदम सेम लगेंगे. Alright. Contrary to this, the human gametes जो मेल बनाता है that can be separated and the female they can be identified. We can identify that this is the male gamete, this is the female gamete. Okay, so हम identify कर सकते हैं ये male है, हम identify कर सकते हैं ये female है. Why we can identify? Because the size is different, the shape is different. So we can identify that this is the male gamete. Okay, this is the female gamete. Okay, so these type of gametes produced by the similar species is called heterogametes. Heterogametes. Okay, they are called heterogametes because they are produced. We can identify कि okay, this is male of this species and this is female. So हम identify कर सकते हैं male और female gamete को. So इसको भी आप कैसे याद रखोगे? As are human beings. Okay. हम मेल जो प्रोड्यूस करता है that is the sperm is of different shape, different size as compared to what the female ovaries produce, that is the ovum. Alright, so this is called heterogametes. This is called homogametes when they are exactly similar. They are called isogametes or homogametes. When they are different in appearance, they are called heterogametes. Means you cannot identify that कौन सा मेल का है कौन सा फीमेल का है. That will be homogametes. Alright, so these terms again, homogametes and heterogametes, important MCQs, homogametes and heterogametes. While we are reading the NCERT textbook about this part of the chapter, I'll be telling you examples of these which you have to write down in your textbook for important MCQs. Alright, now production of gametes is always a reduction division. You know that mitosis is a reduction division, okay? It is going to be a reduction division. So हर एक organism में फिर से example लेंगे male और female humans का. So male human is going to have special cells, okay, in the testes, which will be the myocytes, The myocytes. These will be special cells in the human body, in the gonads. Male में testes में रहेंगे, female में ovaries में रहेंगे. These myocytes, they are also called mother gamete cells. Mother gamete cells. They are also called mamma gamete cells or mother gamete cells. By this word itself, now mamma is going to produce whom? It's going to produce a child. So mother gamete cell is going to form a gamete. This mamma gamete cell is going to be diploid and the gamete formed is going to be haploid. The mama gamete cell is going to be diploid. It is also called the meiocyte. The meiocytes are special cells which have the ability to form a gamete. Male individuals में ये meiocytes present रहेंगे testes में, that is in the gonads, and female individuals में ये meiocytes, that is the mama gamete cells, will be present in the ovaries. Now the name itself is suggesting mother gamete cells, okay, they are going to produce gamete, that is the baby gamete. The mama gamete cell is going to be diploid, which is going to do a reduction division, meiosis hoga, and a haploid gamete is going to be produced after meiosis. So important over here is gametogenesis में meiosis होता है, reduction division होता है. किसका reduction होता है? Of the mother gamete cells or the meiocytes. ये meiocytes are specialized cells in the human body, male में अलग जगह पे, female में अलग जगह पे, which have the ability to form gametes. Alright, but that doesn't mean, okay, that doesn't mean कि जो haploid individuals होते हैं, ये तो हमने देखा था कि parent is also diploid. It will have these meiocytes. The parent can be a male, can be a female. It will have these meiocytes, which are the mother gamete cells. But haploid organisms भी gametogenesis दिखाते हैं. But haploid organisms जो हैं, they first undergo mitosis and then there is a reduction division to produce gametes. फिर meiosis होगा. Okay, first they will show mitosis and then the meiocyte cell, it undergoes division, reduction division to produce gametes. So always the relationship between the meiocytes and the gametes, okay, relationship between the meiocytes and the gametes is always going to be meiocyte 2n and gamete n. This relationship is always going to hold true. Meiocyte will be double in number. The chromosomes will be double in number and the gamete will have half the number of chromosomes. Very important MCQs on these. You are given the chromosome number of the meiocyte and you are asked to write कि gamete में कितना number रहेगा. Like human beings का example लेंगे. So meiocyte will be 46 and the gamete will be 23. That is half. Okay. So I'll give you a very short trick. अगर meiocyte का number दिया हुआ है, supposingly 2, तो आप उसको divide करोगे 2 से to get the gamete का number. Okay, gamete का chromosome number you are going to divide by 2. So meiocyte से gamete पे जाना है तो आप division करोगे. Whereas if the gamete number is given to you and you have to find out the meiocyte number, chromosomal number, you are going to multiply. Are you getting me? Meiocyte का number दिया हुआ है, so gamete is going to be half the number of chromosomes in the meiocyte. So you are going to divide it by 2. If the gamete number is given, the meiocyte is going to be double, so you are going to multiply it by 2. I'll be writing a short chart over here, which is given in your NCERT textbook, where we will be filling the number of meiocytes and gametes alternatively, okay? So now this is the chart given in your NCERT textbook. You have to follow one rule over here which we have discussed, okay? Number of chromosomes in the gamete will always be half the number of chromosomes in the meiocyte. That is the gamete producing cells. That is the mother gamete cell. That means mother gamete cell में double होंगे gamete से और gamete में half होंगे mother gamete cell से. Alright, we are going to follow this like the first one is already filled for you in humans, meiocyte 46, and this will be half of it, that is 23. This gamete will be haploid. Alright, housefly, if 12 is over here, then over here what you will have? You are going to divide it by 2. We have discussed you are going to divide it by 2. So 12 divided by 2, you are going to get 6. Now, rats में the gamete का number is given 21. So 21 का if you want to find the number of chromosomes in the meiocyte, you have to multiply it by 2. So 21 into 2, you are going to get 42. Alright. Then again, dogs में 78 है. तो gamete का number find out करने के लिए Myocytes में 78 है, all right. So this will be half 78 divided by 2. 78 divided by 2, you're going to get 39. All right. Yes. समझ में आ रहा है कैसे फाइंड आउट कर रहे हैं? So I want you to do this chart. Okay, I want you to do this chart by yourself. Cats में जैसे 19 दिया हुआ है. So 19 into 2 करेंगे for the myocyte number, which is going to be 38. Fruit fly यहाँ पे 8 है. The myocyte number of chromosomes in the myocyte. So half हो जाएगा gamete. Here Ophioglossum, which is a fern, यहाँ पे 630 into 2 हो जाएगा, which will be 1260. 1260. So that is how you have to find out. Okay, you understand this, I know, because you are done with basis of chromosomal basis of inheritance, genetic basis of inheritance. Okay, 34 का यहाँ पे half होगा तो 17. 12 का यहाँ पे double होगा तो 24. 20 का यहाँ पे half होगा तो 10. 24 का यहाँ पे double होगा तो 48. Butterfly 380 का यहाँ पे half होगा, means you have to divide 380 by 2, so you will get 160, 190. That this is how you have to fill. 8 का यहाँ पे double होगा. All right. So अगर इनमें से किसी भी organism का आपको myocyte का chromosomal number दिया है, gamete का कैसे find out करेंगे? This is the way you are going to do it. Just do this chart so that you understand this properly. All right. And I hope now you understand what is sexual dimorphism. You understand what is unisexual and bisexual organisms. You understand the exceptions in this, okay? Because sexual reproduction is biparental, this is a correct statement, but it is always biparental, it is wrong, because we do have bisexual individuals. We do have bisexual organisms, all right? Then biparental, you understand each individual will be diploid, you understand the gametes will be male and female. Who is going to produce it? Male is going to produce the male gamete, female is going to produce the female gamete. Where in the gonads? Testes in males, ovaries in females. When they achieve that reproductive maturity at the time of puberty, they can start producing sperms and ovums, okay? And you understand what are homogametes, what are heterogametes. And you understand meiocytes, and it is always reduction division. Gametogenesis is always a reduction division. Alright, and gametes are always haploid cells which are formed. So students, we have seen the process of gametogenesis, that is the formation of gametes, the production of gametes. Okay, एक male individual ने male gametes बनाए, एक female individual ने female gametes बनाए. What are these gametes going to do alone? Nothing. They cannot do anything alone. All right. So either of these have to come to the other. या तो male gametes transfer होके आए female के पास, या तो female gametes transfer होके आए male के पास. It is important for the further and the most vital step of reproduction, that is fertilization. All right. So this process, which is the second step in the phase of sexual reproduction, it is the second event in the step of sexual reproduction, that is gamete transfer. It is going to follow the step of gametogenesis. Because gametes transfer होने के लिए gametes बनना जरूरी है. All right. So gametogenesis is production of gametes, and it is going to be followed by the transfer of the produced gametes. Now, needless to say, हमने discuss किया था कि gametogenesis, that is the gametes, will be produced only when an individual has achieved reproductive maturity. That is, it is in the reproductive phase now at the time of puberty. That is when the male gonads, that is the testes, can produce the male gametes, that is the sperm. And that is when the female gonads, that is the ovaries, can produce ovum or the eggs. So gametogenesis is also, gamete transfer is also possible only in the reproductive phase, once the gametes are formed. If we don't have the gametes, we cannot transfer them. All right. So ready gametes are available now. What are these ready gametes going to do? If this is the male gamete, this is the female gamete. All right. They cannot do anything alone. They cannot do anything alone. So they have to be transferred. Either the male has to travel to the female to meet, or the female has to travel to the male to meet. This transfer of gametes from a male individual to the female or vice versa is called gamete transfer. Majority of the organisms we have that the male gamete is transferring to the female. This is seen in majority of the cases. However, exception is there to this rule also. We will be doing the exception when we read the NCERT textbook just after the lecture. Alright. So you have to understand in human beings also, it is the male gametes which are transferred to the female body. Alright. Because male gametes have to transfer, they have to travel a distance. The male gametes are going to be motile, whereas the female gametes are going to be stationary. The word itself suggests female gametes एक जगह पे रहेंगे, male is going to travel, male is going to be motile. Alright, now because male has to travel, it is going to be transported from the male individual to the female individual. There can be loss in transportation. There can be loss in transportation. Therefore, number of male gametes will always be more. Number here will always be more as compared to the number of female gametes. That is, the female gametes formed, produced will always be less. But male gametes formed, male gametes produced will always be more, because we have to consider this loss in transportation. So this transfer of the male gametes, which are motile, which are more in number, to the female is called gamete transfer. Now naturally, in humans, when the gametes are transferred from the male to the female body, the process is called insemination. Insemination. It is the transfer of male gametes to the female body, to the female gametes, alright. This insemination can be natural or can be artificial. This insemination can be natural or can be artificial. When we say natural insemination, it is by means of natural intercourse or during the act of copulation when a male and a female individual come together. It is going to happen naturally. The male is going to transfer the gametes, that is the sperm, to the female body. We'll be seeing the process of insemination in detail when we see human reproduction. Alright, this can be natural and it can be also artificial, where we collect the male gametes and those collected male gametes are transferred to the female body by an artificial means. Okay, so insemination can be natural, can be artificial, and it is the act of transfer of gametes inside a human body. So you should understand that the ready gametes are present now. They cannot do anything alone. They will come to each other. Alright, and this is required for the most vital event in sexual reproduction, that is fertilization. The coming of these gametes together, the transfer of these gametes together is important. We'll see the next step, which is the most vital step. And we've seen this in pollination also, okay, where the pollen grains are carrying the male gametes, they are carried to the female counterparts in plants. Now students, once the gametes have transferred, okay, male से gametes आ गए हैं अब female body में, we have seen the gamete transfer. We have now come to the third and the most vital step in the process of sexual reproduction. This is going to be the most vital step in the process of sexual reproduction. अब gametes आ तो गए हैं एक जगह पे, but the actual meeting of gametes, the actual fusion of gametes, okay, the male gamete is now fusing with the female gamete. It is now fusing, okay. So when I say the word fusion, हमने कल भी discuss किया था, I'm going to say the joining of these two cells. These two haploid gametes will now join to form a diploid zygote. फ्यूज हो रहे हैं एक दूसरे के साथ. Okay, fusion. So these two gametes are fusing, they are actually meeting up, they are fusing with each other to form a diploid zygote. This zygote is very essential for the further generation to be reproduced. The formation of this zygote is very essential. It is the link which is going to carry your generation forward. So fertilization, the fusion of gametes, also called as fertilization, also called as syngamy. Syngamy. All these terms can be interchangeably used. Fertilization, syngamy, it is the fusion of the male gamete with the female gamete to form a cell which is zygote. The zygote will now be diploid. Okay, so this haploid gamete male, haploid gamete female is forming a diploid zygote. This is called the fusion of gametes. The process is called syngamy or fertilization. If syngamy will not occur, एक zygote नहीं बनेगा, आप reproduce नहीं कर पाएंगे, हम हमारी offspring reproduce नहीं कर पाएंगे अगर हम fertilize करके ये zygote नहीं बना पाए. Alright? So formation of the zygote is the most important step. It is the most vital step. Fertilization is the most vital step in the process of sexual reproduction. However, there are exceptions to this. There are exceptions to this where organisms can actually produce offsprings without fertilization. Without fertilization, अगर एक organism offspring बनाता है तो वो होता है parthenogenesis. Parthenogenesis is the process of reproducing without the act of fertilization or without the act of syngamy. इसके examples हैं rotifers, then you have the honeybees, you have some birds like turkeys, some lizards. All these are examples of organisms which reproduce without this vital step of reproduction, that is fertilization or syngamy. Important MCQ with those examples. All right. But for all the other organisms, including the human beings, this is very essential. Formation of this zygote, कितना भी complex organism रहे, like we human beings or any other higher animals, they are going to start their life from this unicellular zygote. Alright, यहाँ से चालू होगा एक human being बनने का development या एक organism बनने का process. So this fusion of gametes is called fertilization. It is called syngamy. जो organisms syngamy नहीं करेंगे, they undergo the process of parthenogenesis, that is reproduction without fertilization. Examples are these organisms. Alright, अब ये कहाँ पे होगा, ये fusion कहाँ पे होगा? Let us see the humans first. You all know that it is the female who is carrying the child in the womb. Alright, that means fertilization is happening inside the female body. Fertilization is happening inside the female body in human beings. And for majority of the organisms, it is the mother who is chosen. It is the mother who is chosen for the process of fertilization. Alright, majority of the organisms के लिए it is the mother which is chosen for the process of fertilization and further development of the zygote. Alright, and because it is happening inside the female body, it is called internal fertilization. We say that the fertilization is internal because it is happening inside the female body. Okay, so internal fertilization. Whereas there are organisms जो दोनों मेल भी अपने गमीट्स पानी में छोड़ देता है, फीमेल भी अपने गमीट्स पानी में छोड़ देती है और वो पानी में फर्टिलाइजेशन होता है. That type will be external fertilization. That type will be external fertilization, where the male as well as the female is giving its gametes in the water over here in this external environment, and it is in this external environment means दोनों की body में नहीं हो रहा है, it is in this external environment that the female and the male gametes are going to fuse with each other. They are going to produce large number of offspring. बट एक्सटर्नल फर्टिलाइजेशन में ये छोटे छोटे जाइगोट्स जो बन रहे हैं उनको बहुत ज्यादा डर रहेगा इन्वायरमेंटल डिस्टर्बेंसेस का एज वेल एज प्रेडेटर्स का. ओके, बहुत ज्यादा डर रहेगा इनको. Whereas here in internal fertilization, the zygote is safe inside the body of the mother. The zygote is very much safe. The mother carries the zygote with it wherever she goes. All right, it is safe in internal fertilization. So now, what will be the characters of the zygote? We are left with this part. This zygote is going to have some characters from the male, whereas some characters from the female. हम बोलते हैं ना, कोई बेबी जब बॉर्न होता है, I know you all must have experienced. हम बोलते हैं कि इसकी आईज इसकी मम्मी जैसी है, इसकी हाइट इसके पापा जैसी है, इसके बाल इसके पापा जैसे हैं. So some characters will be inherited from the mother, some characters will be inherited from the father. So the zygote is going to be the mixture of the male and the female, that is of the mother and the father. The zygote is going to be the mixture of the mother and the father. All right, so it is going to inherit some from the father, some from the mother. So I hope by the end of this lecture now you understand what is fusion of gametes, which is also called syngamy, which is also called fertilization, which is the most vital step in the events of sexual reproduction. All right, and you know what is parthenogenesis, means organisms who are not doing the process of fertilization. Then it can be internal and can be external. External is mostly seen in amphibians like frogs and in fishes. They show external fertilization. Majority of the organisms, they show internal fertilization. Even the higher plants, they show internal fertilization. Okay, where syngamy is internal, inside the body, and usually it is the female body. The mother is chosen. All right. So now, in the events of sexual reproduction, fertilization एक important step है, एक vital step है. Fertilization के पहले होने वाले events, that is gametogenesis and gamete transfer, they are called pre-fertilization events. They are called pre-fertilization events. So in this lecture, we have seen the pre-fertilization events and we have seen fertilization. In the next lecture, we are going to see the post-fertilization events. What happens after the zygote is formed inside. Alright, we are going to see the events post-fertilization in the next lecture. Just revise, just read, get back to me if you have any doubts, okay?